Hi, I'm Scott, and welcome to Episode 7, Series 2 of Child in Time, a podcast about growing up in the 60s. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. This episode is about my house. Our house. I'm sure you remember that song. Our house. Our house, in the middle of the street, our house. Yeah, that song by Madness. But when you think about it, the house couldn't have been in the middle of the street, because then it would have been a roundabout. It would have been more our house on the left or right-hand side of the street, about halfway down. More accurately. And while we're on that, another song. You remember that song, A Horse with No Name by America? You know, been through the desert, a horse with no name. And the guy says in the song that they spent 3 days in the desert sun. My question is, how long would it have taken to give the horse a name? Neddy. There you go. The song should just be called Neddy. I've been through the desert with Neddy. Oh, and just one more. The Clash. You remember The Clash? They had that song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? But he says very clearly early on in the song that if I go, there will be trouble. If I stay, it will be double. Well, it's obvious that he should leave, yet the chap persists for several more minutes debating about what the best course of action might be. Anyway, this time you're invited to come back with me while I show you around our family home. And today it's Tuesday, the 18th of October. 1963. There's no one here this morning. My dad's at work. Mum's gone to the city for something, and my 3 younger brothers are at school. Me, I'm into the last of 4 weeks of compulsory isolation after getting the German measles. But look, it's okay. I feel fine. I don't have a rash or anything. But Mum went to school to get me some schoolwork to do, so, look, you can't stay very long. That's okay. So come on, come with me. We go up these 9 concrete stairs to the small landing outside our front door. Now, to tell the truth, we never get many knocks on the front door, our little house being set up a steep drive and no footpath either. Despite my mother's 20-year, ultimately unsuccessful campaign to get one laid. Most people come around the back, neighbours and friends and that. They can announce themselves, and there's a screen door so you can see each other and see who's there. Okay, so through the front door, and here we are in the lounge room. In the corner is our new acquisition. It's a brand new Admiral 21-inch TV. It's there in the left-hand corner of the room. And the convex green screen is blank. As look, it's only early, it's still only early, and broadcasts don't start until about 10 a.m. When one of the 3 channels do start up, later on we can watch shows like Hopalong Cassidy, Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, Sea Hunt, or the Cisco Kid. But on Wednesday nights, one of my favourite shows is the Coles £3,000 question. It's a quiz show. Recently, the contestant answered all the questions correctly and won the £3,000. £3,000! That's really big money. In 2023 dollars, it converts to $104,476. But now, in 1963, things are much cheaper. Petrol's 8 cents a litre and a loaf of bread costs 15 cents. So you can see in the opposite corner of the lounge room here, we still have our old radiogram. Yeah, it is about the size of a refrigerator lying on its side. I suppose it was the entertainment hub, listening to the radio and playing LP records until television arrived. And on this small table next to the lounge, we have the latest copy of TV Week and the Australian Women's Weekly. As well as the lounge, we have this one armchair, but still there's really not enough seating for Mum and Dad plus us 4 boys. So a couple of us have to sit or lie on the wooden floor to watch TV. It being a very small house, the TV can be heard in all the bedrooms. They're not far away. So when family members go to bed progressively, you have to keep turning the volume down so as not to disturb anyone. If I'm the last one up, I'd have to turn it down so low and I'd be so close to the TV speaker that the screen just appeared to me as a collage of black and white dots. Next to the TV, you see this large window facing the street and this very big circular crack in the glass in the left-hand corner. It's never been repaired. I've asked Mum several times how the crack occurred. She just told me it was the heat. Now behind the lounge room here are the 2 bedrooms. There's Mum and Dad's room, and the other room I share with my 3 younger brothers. Yeah, it's simply furnished. We've got the 2 beds and the bunk bed here. And heating and cooling? Yeah, we don't have any of that. In winter, we just get an extra blanket. But for me, summer's the worst. Sleeping with just a sheet wet with sweat, sometimes because the promised southerly change that should come to cool us down didn't arrive. And so it would stay hot all night. And us boys, we do a lot of playing and messing around in our room and lots of jumping off our beds and the like. We jump up and down a lot. And actually in 1961, a couple of years ago, at 7:40 a.m. in the morning precisely, there was an earthquake measuring 5.5 on the Richter scale, which was felt in the Sydney area. But Mum put all the shaking down to her boys vigorously jumping up and down in their room until she heard the news. It's true. Next to the lounge room is our kitchen with the linoleum floor. For breakfast, we always have porridge in winter and cereal in summer. No, we don't have a microwave, coffee machine, blender, soda stream, or anything like that to plug in. The only thing to plug in we've got is a toaster. And this refrigerator here, you have to defrost it from time to time. Otherwise, the freezer section on top will become a CO2 ice cave and will imprison ice cream or anything there in its icy embrace. Mum has to take everything out of the fridge for this process. And, we don't have expiry dates yet. So anything that's been in the cupboard or even the fridge for any length of time, it's always best to get Mum to give it a smell before you eat it. This table here is where we eat our meals. Mum cooks us dinner every night, every single night, and is on the table at 6. Mum is a great cook. I'm sure she is, even though I don't know much about anyone else's cooking, to be honest. We have all kinds of things for dinner, just a lot of variety. Well, when I say variety, we have some meat and 2 veg every night. But the meat changes from sausages to chops to mince, fish, And we even have rabbits sometimes. Next week is my birthday, and I'm going to ask for some chicken. On your birthday, you're allowed to have chicken. Next to that is our bathroom. It's a bath with a shower head and a sink and a cupboard. Us 4 boys, we sit in the bath every night. I'm the eldest. I sit at the front with the taps, and then we sit in order of birth with my youngest brother Dean at the back. Mum comes in and washes us all in one go. Next to the kitchen at the back of the house, here's the laundry. The centrepiece being the Ringer washing machine. There are 2 big rollers on top which clothes are fed through before drying on our line. We're always thoroughly warned by Mum and Dad not to go anywhere near these rollers, or they could do terrible things to a hand or arm if it got caught. I often see Mum feeding the roller a sheet or a towel or something. It looks like she's wrestling with the big machine. Doing the washing looks like a real physical endeavour. Out there you can see our clothesline in the backyard. It's a traditional clothes hoist, and always the forearms are drooping down somewhat. And this is due solely to the overwhelming temptation for us boys to swing around on the arms. When we do this, Mum and Dad get very angry and threaten to make us pay to buy a new clothesline if we broke it irretrievably. But our clothes hoist, it looks like the frame of a half-open umbrella, really. And also beside that, you can see the incinerator. I've talked about the incinerator in a previous episode. Every yard had one to do a burn-off. Having a recycling bin was decades away. So what to do with all those old newspapers and magazines? Burn them. I would often be assigned burn-off duty from quite an early age, when I was deemed able to handle this large fire pit alone. The main danger I found was not falling in or getting burned. No, it was when you burn newspapers, they burn much better when you separated the pages. That worked all right until a wind gust would take a lit page skyward, and the real possibility that it might make its way into a neighbour's property still aflame. I didn't cause any accidental fires, fortunately, not so far. And our backyard here, you can see that the land slopes upwards, but close to the house, it's flat enough for us to play our endless games of cricket, soccer, rugby, you name it. We just played for hours and hours and hours until it was dark. There were 4 of us, so it was 2 teams of 2. It was always the eldest, me, and the youngest, Dean, versus the 2 middle boys. And you could say we were fiercely competitive. The fact, though, that we were hitting and kicking balls right next to the fibro walls of the house meant inevitably accidents occurred. I was once given the supreme punishment of being forbidden to play soccer one weekend for my team after I kicked a football through the fibro wall of my parents' bedroom. On another occasion, I hit a tennis ball with a cricket bat so hard that it hit an open louver window in the laundry at such an exquisite angle that it knocked the louver pane out of its mooring and sent it to the opposing wall where it smashed everywhere. I also put a football through my next door neighbour's wall once, and I think I'll leave that there. Okay. Anyway, thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you later. I'm going to sit on the step and wait for the postman. It's my birthday next week, and I might get a birthday card or 2 in the post. if I'm lucky. Sometimes a nice relative might put a 10 shilling or even a £1 note in the card as my present. See ya. Thanks for listening. If you like the podcast, please tell one other person, give me a 5-star rating, and we will talk soon. Bye.